I can't exercise, it just makes my pain worse. Now, the amount of times I hear this, especially on the internet, I'll put a video out which will show the research on, say, fibromyalgia and the benefits of resistance training, and literally get loads of hate for it. It'll be like, oh, it's a load of rubbish, it makes me worse. And it's like, it's research, it's, you know, it's there. And what the problem with this is that they don't understand necessarily what resistance training means. If you pick up a pencil, that is a weight, that is therefore a resistance. It's very lightweight, and it's not exactly going to overload me. So if I'm very irritable in my condition and my sensitivity to pain, then I want to start really easy and build it up. So basically, this fear of exercise, because blanketly and understanding what exercise can be and how it can be tailored is an interesting thing. And there's a lot of misinterpretation towards this out there. And there is a big difference between just generally just going on and exercising off your own back and therapeutic, prescriptive, phased approach exercise. The principle behind a lot of the stuff that I give patients is to build up tolerance. It's working within the sweet spot of your tolerance. So if you're working above your tolerance, meaning you make yourself worse, then that is going to irritate and not improve the tolerance at all. It's going to send it the other way. So here was a study looking at just this kind of phenomena. And they were looking at, is prescriptive exercise beneficial for chronic pain syndromes such as fibromyalgia? So there was a systematic review and meta-analysis comparing different exercise prescriptions for patients with chronic pain syndromes such as fibromyalgia, chronic whiplash-associated disorders, and chronic idiopathic neck pain. They pooled from 50 studies and they had over 3,500 participants in total. Now for fibromyalgia, this is what they found. They found that both aerobic and strengthening based exercises were beneficial, and they were either similar or better than stretching based exercises alone. The exercises were performed between 50 and 60 minutes in total per session. These were supervised sessions, and they did these sessions 2 to 3 times per week. The total time was for 13 weeks duration or longer. For chronic whiplash associated disorders, body awareness exercises were similar to combined exercises, and there was no difference in adding sling based strengthening exercises to a general strengthening program. These exercises were performed for 90 minutes at a time. Again, they were supervised. They did them twice a week for 10 to 16 weeks. For chronic idiopathic neck pain, motor control exercises and non-specific strengthening exercises were similar. Exercises were performed between 30 and 60 minutes duration. They were supervised and they did them 2 to 3 times per week. And the program lasted for between 7 and 12 weeks. Now what this generally says is that if you have non-specific nociplastic pain, which basically means pain that has sort of not got an exacting origin, so things like fibromyalgia for example, then low to moderate intensity exercise that's more global as opposed to specific with long duration is much more beneficial. Whereas if you have a condition that is more specific, so if you've got a chronic neck problem or back problem or something specific, even if it's chronic, then you want it to be more targeted in your approach instead of global in your approach. So you want to work on that specific area. And these can be more intense and short duration. So this highlights that overall from this evidence that if you've got fibromyalgia and conditions that are more global, more whole body, then you want to target the whole body. You want to do low to moderate intensity, and you want to have long sessions over long periods of time, and that's the better approach in general. That means you can do resistance training to multiple parts of the body, aerobic training for multiple parts of the body. It just needs to be low to moderate intensity, and that still can be resistance training, and it wants to be more across the entire body. Whereas if you've got something specific to one area of the body, you want to target it, you want to work on higher intensity, within tolerance still of course, and you want to have a shorter duration of session, but you still need to obviously give it time overall. So this shows you that there is a difference depending on the style of pain and the type of pain you've got. But it shows you, going back to the beginning of I can't exercise because it makes me worse, you've got to work out the type of exercise that works for the condition you've got, and you need to tailor it within your tolerance levels, and everyone's tolerance levels are different. Someone with fibromyalgia could have high intensity pain, someone could have low intensity pain, and this means you've got to tailor it individually to the person. and therefore you can't blanket statement say that that is the way to train for everybody and that is just categorically good or bad. So anyway, that's it for this video, and I'll see you next time.
Perfect.